Welcome to a new episode of our podcast, das SerienSprechzimmer. In English, it means the TV talking room. Our guest is O'Shea Jackson Jr. from the TV show Swagger. It's going to air on October 29th on Apple TV+. So hey guys, English is not my mother tongue, so please forgive me any mistakes or wrong pronunciation. Have fun! Hi, I'm Leticia from Serieasten.TV in Germany. So hi, nice to meet you.
Hi, how you doing?
So good to have you. Thank you for your time.
Thank you for having me.
First of all, I was reading your biography and I realized that we were born in the same month, like February 1991, right?
Yeah, cool.
It's crazy. I was like,
Yeah,
what?
nice.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
First of all, congratulations for your new TV show. I loved it. I really, really, really loved it. So,
thank you.
do you play basketball or what is your basketball background?
I've loved basketball since I was a kid. My whole family has played before, and yeah, it's a key part of me growing up. It's how I made most of my friends was through basketball, and yeah, I love how basketball forces people from different backgrounds and upbringings to kind of come together and have to rely on one another, and it can build something truly special between two individuals, or well, 2 to 15 individuals.
That's true. How did you get the role? How did everything start?
I actually was supposed to play somebody else in the show, and it didn't work out the first time. There was a couple of mix-ups, and so I thought I thought I wasn't going to be a part of Swagger. And then later on, I got a call from my agents telling me that Swagger was back on the table for a chance for me to play in it. There was a situation that happened with the show, and they had offered me a new role, and it was the lead of the show. So you don't say no to something like that. And I'd always been in love with the show because of what they were trying to put a spotlight on, the topics that they were talking about. I feel that a lot of people in this country deal with those things, and it would have been an easy, relatable show. And when something is relatable, it's easy for people to connect to it, and it's something that lasts in people's lives forever. And that on top of Reggie Bythewood and how he's such a motivational leader when it comes to film, I really loved how serious he took the messages in Swagger and how important it was to him that we put all these together on screen. And from there, it was something that I just had to be a part of.
Wow, so good. Because yeah, if you said like you highlight a lot of like issues like COVID, racism, how important was it for you to highlight these things?
It's important because a lot of the times when you hear these things in the news so many times, what happens to some people is they'll become numb to it. It'll almost be like this is how things are. This is a regular occurrence. And that is just not the case. It's one thing to tell someone something that's going on, and it's another thing for them to visually see it. And there are people dealing with abuse all over the world who feel that, if it's coming from a parent, that it's supposed to happen, and they don't know how to speak out on it. And we wanted to shine a light on them and let them know that there are people aware. There are young athletes all over the world who are being used as puppets or looked at as dollar signs for for dark purposes, and we wanted to show them something that can maybe help them detect red flags or be able to protect themselves even more. And social injustice is something that is worldwide, and the more that you speak on it, the more that you bring it up, the more things get done about it. And if it makes people uncomfortable to watch something like that, then just think about how many people are uncomfortable that they have to live with that, you know? And it's important that we start to have these uncomfortable conversations, or uncomfortable things will continue to happen.
That's so true. And I have to be honest, I've got emotional, like with the scene in the restaurant and then the game
Yeah.
after the restaurant scene. And it was like I was there, like I was on this table and I had to go away. So it was incredible. And then I saw like what impact has in people's life. How hard was it to shoot that kind of scenes?
It's hard to shoot those scenes because you know that as an actor, you're in a safe environment, but it's unsettling because you think about how many people this happens to, where it's not a positive outcome, where the the oppressive powers are not friendly, you know, and how many people have had these stories happen to them without a camera there, without people there to protect them. And that's what makes it hard. When you really see what you're doing as an actor is trying to speak up through your art for people who think that the world doesn't give a damn about them. That's what makes it hard. Everybody on Swagger was such a professional about it that we knew these are the messages that might make people love our show, and they might make people hate our show. But it's like I said before, it's an uncomfortable situation and conversation that needs to be shown, and the best way to do it sometimes is through art, through film, through artists, music artists, painters, sculptors. They've always been speaking of oppression and things like that, and so it's nothing new, but it's something that has to be changed.
Yeah, so true. And that is what I love about the TV show, that it highlights all these issues. Like racism is a big issue all over the world. Yeah, in Germany it's the same. Like yeah, so important. So can you take us a little bit into the preparation for the role? How did you prepare physically?
Yeah, so for Swagger, I felt so many connections to Ike, the character that I play, because we had so many similarities. Both of our love for the game. Um, Before I was an actor, I coached my little brother and his friends, and so I know the pressure of wanting, a team of kids to do well. And Ike in the show is becoming a new father, and at the time I was a brand new father. My daughter Jordan was only about 2 years old when it all started, and so I felt those same pressures. And from there, we also had a basketball trainer by the name of Reggie Wallace, who worked with the entire cast, even not only the kids, but myself, a good friend of mine, and my castmate Tessa Ferrer. She also got training, so it was a collective effort. And when you put that much work into a role, you kind of feel a different connection than you would if you were just coming in and reading words.
Yeah, that's true. So, as a coach, like you screamed a lot in the TV show.
Yeah.
How hard was it? Because there were so many takes. How hard was it to play that, to scream
Yeah,
all the time?
it's about we knew a basketball game is high energy. We knew that we have to match the energy of a real game in order for our audience to feel it. And coaches yell. Coaches yell They might not have to yell as many times as I did because of takes and things like that. But yeah, I know many coaches who have lost their voice. So I didn't mind. I come from a music family, and I've been on the road with my dad and performing with him where you might lose your voice from the night before and you got to go out there and make it happen anyway. So, it comes with the territory, and I'm just happy that my team and I hope the viewers appreciate all the screaming.
Yeah, we appreciate it.
Thank
So
you.
no worries about it. So, what was the funniest scene to shoot, and why?
We always had fun during the games. But those were some of the toughest ones as well because it's a lot of physical effort from the kids. But I think the funnest scene, there's a pool scene where we all kind of get in the water. That was a fun day because after a long day, when you get to jump into a heated pool,
Right.
how could you not have fun? Even though it's very hard to swim with shoes and jackets on, but it was it's one of the moments that I really miss. I appreciate. Also, I had fun whenever we were on that bus and we're all kind of together. Pretty much any scene where I get to be with the boys, and of course, Quavenjane, uh, really, really entered my mind as one of those memories that'll last me my entire career. I miss them so much, and I'm so proud of each and every one of them for what we've done, and can't wait to see them again.
Wow, so good. And how did you know like Isaiah Hill before, or did you met him on set?
No, I met Isaiah on set. I met all of them. Every cast member I'd never met before, but we grew so fond of each other. We developed such a real friendship because we knew that our roles demanded that, and it came easy. They're such great actors and great individuals that once you open up, it just runs like water. It is just a true friendship, especially between me and Isaiah. Um, he knows that I gave him my number. I've given him my contact. Anything he ever needs from me, anything he needs to talk about when it comes to his acting career, he knows that I got his back. And yeah, that dude is he's like a little brother to me, and I can't wait to see what he and the rest of the team, the other projects they go on to do. They'll always have me to support them.
Wow, so good. So good. So thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
Yeah, good luck, and thank you so much for this beautiful TV series. So yeah, thank
Thank you.
you.
Have a good day.
Hey, I hope you enjoyed this podcast. Check out Swagger on Apple TV Plus. Bye.